Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumeshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to योग वाशिष्ठ इवनिंग सेशन। नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। रोज की तरह आज के सत्र की शुरुआत भी हम लोग 3 बार ओमकार के उच्चारण से करेंगे। आज अपना दीपावली का पहला दिन है। दीपावली का पहला दिया आज सबके घर में जल चुका होगा। आप सभी को दीपावली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। Wish you all a very very happy and joyful and prosperous Diwali. Let this light of knowledge, bring that knowledge in your life by removing the darkness of the ignorance. With that prayer, with that prarthana, with that blessings, we'll begin with today's session. So all our Zoom participants, all our Facebook viewers, all our YouTube viewers, आप सभी का भी आज के इस सत्र में स्वागत है। You are welcome in this session. Let us begin this session by chanting Om 3 times. Today we will continue to listen to the Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvad and the knowledge that has been given. Usually we have heard about yoga. We have formulated some concepts about yoga in our mind. What is yoga that Yog Vaashishtha refers to? That is something we will get into details of that. What is real knowledge? What is yoga? What is when we say something as Brahmarpanamastu Ishwam? We always you offer something to the God, right? Divinity. What does that mean? All these details will flow in today and we'll look into details of that. But for now, let's all close our eyes and let's chant Om 3 times. आराम से बैठ जाए. Sit comfortably, रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो, गर्दन सीधी, shoulders relaxed. Neck straight, spine erect, and shoulders relaxed. Let us bring back our attention to our breath. Observe the flow of the breath. एक साधारण सांस अंदर ले, breathe in and let go. छोड़ दे सांस को, खाली हो जाए. Take one more deep breath and let go completely. Take a deep breathing for Omkar chanting. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. Let us awaken the divinity within. Avahanam. पुनः Punaha. Let us pray to the divinity, to the master. Whatever the words that come out of our mouth, whatever the actions and the events happening, whatever the thoughts hovering onto our mind, and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, the impressions that might be getting created on the memory, and if still there is an iota of that I, me, let all these known and unknown levels of our existence be inspired by the master alone. Pray like this. Walking on the path of mukti, moksha, freedom, if you have already experienced that freedom, if you already realize that nothing can bind you, so let this remaining life of a Jivan Mukta, of a liberated soul, and if you have to come back here again with a purpose, let all that be inspired by the master alone. Pray like this. Feel the presence of the master within and outside. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हैं. Jai Guru. So let's continue with our session now. So we are looking at a story here of Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvada, which will be taking place in the Dwapar Yuga. Here Rama is there at the end of the Treta Yuga. And then in the next Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, what is going to happen? That knowledge, that story is being told here to Rama so that it can help him to attain the Anasakti Yoga. This is what happens. So here Rama also questions that how is it that when is that this Arjuna will come? So that is the point of time he explains that the concept of Kala, the concept of time that we have seen. No? So how many number of days of man is equivalent to the God, and then how many number of God's days are equivalent to Brahma. And we have seen that the Brahmadev, no, the creator, his life is 310 trillion years. And then his entire life is equivalent to just 1 day for the Vishnu. And Vishnu's entire life is just 1 day for the Rudra, and so on, Shiva. So this is what the time means. We can see that how much depth that all the ancient rishis have thought about the concept of time, even though it is from our own human comparison is made as a basis is the time which we have formulated. In terms of that only all these things are expressed so that it becomes for us to easy to calculate. When we talk about the concept of time, we also know that the concept of time here and the concept of time somewhere else can be different depending upon the time, space, location, and the gravity of that. So that is also a science. That is something which we know. So because of all these things, now he is able to express that because he is probably the one who are Jivan Mukta, the one who are enlightened soul, they are probably beyond this time. They are Mukt, they are free. So they are beyond the time, and because of that only they get the vision of Trikaladarshi. So they see that, oh, these are the possibilities, these are the things that might come, these are the things that can happen. No? Because of that they achieve that Trikala Drishti. So here Vaashishtha Muni is one such Trikala Drishti, having a Trikala Drishti, the whole vision, Dura Drishti, that vision which can enable and empower him to see what is going on. The time is no longer the linear, the time has become now the fourth dimension, another realm where we can see the time. We can choose what is it that you want to see. So we have seen this same thing in the movie called Interstellar also. The same concept was used there when he wants to communicate with his daughter when she was young, and then when she grows and becomes an adult, that point of time he's communicating sitting in that room itself. No? Earlier she thought those confused those signals what he wanted to share as a ghost, but then later on she realized that there is something that is trying to help me, and then they say, okay, it's gravity, and that is how it is being communicated. And that quantum data, all the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all these concepts comes into picture even that point of time. So this is exactly what is happening here. That question comes, something which is happening in the Dwapar Yuga is how come Vaashishtha is now able to predict that? He is not predicting, he is able to see that that's happening. No, so this seeing the things is because of the Trikal Drishti. Now let us not confuse this that okay, everything is then destined, everything is decided already. It is not like that. It's just that in here we see that okay, some time is passed, so we see that as a linear day after day. But for somebody else, if you look at it from some different perspective, from some different distance, from different realm, for them they can see this also, and they can see this also. For example, if you are traveling from Rishikesh to Delhi and you are able to see the route, whatever your vision can go. But the one who is in the aeroplane, he can see the entire route, right? So it is something exactly similar to that, something exactly like that, that they have that access to the information which is happening. It doesn't mean that there is a prediction. No? There is no concept of prediction here. This is not promoting any luck or daiva or destiny. No? That is not is communicated here. It's that there is something else that can exist where you can actually get an access to the information which we think as future. Probably for them it's this is also that moment, this is also that moment, this is also that moment, because for them time is not a it is also one of the dimension. 4th dimension is what we see. They just choose, just like XYZ, they choose even the time also. They see what I want to see, and it's happening right now in their realm. Yeah. So it is that concept. So he is able to see that because he has achieved this Trikaladarshi vision. So now when he sees that, he says, he now tells that thing that this is what is happened. So this is how this Kal is there, and then each and every body is given some responsibilities to fulfill. So like that, there is a Yama who also has a responsibility to take the prana of the people so that they get free and new life can take place. No? That is the continuous life cycle of your life and birth and death and birth. So that is there, but because of this fact, sometimes he gets into that confusion that is he doing sin because he is taking the prana, he is killing the people. So is it a sin? So just to clear that doubt, just to settle that, he does the tapascharya, he does the tennis, he does the austerity, and then for some time he goes into seclusion. And it is said that point of time, lot of people here, it spreads, no, that because the deaths are not happening. So number of people and number of everything and everything become chaotic. So it is that point of time, the Ishvara, here it is said the Vishnu, who has Dashavataras, he has taken into multiple such yugas, the Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatara, Varaha Avatara. So those are all avatara he took it in the Satya Yuga. Then in Treta Yuga also he takes some avatars, in Dwapar Yuga also he takes, and in Kali Yuga also there will be one. So such avatara happens, the divine energy takes place, comes here in the form, and they now serve, they do their duties, they perform why they came here. This is exactly what will happen in Dwapar Yuga. Narayana, now we will take the two forms, one as Nar and another as a Narayana. So the one who comes in the form of Narayana means avatara or incarnation. He will be take birth as a son of Vasudeva, so he will be called Vasudeva. So Vasudeva will come into picture, and there will be another the same energy will take the form of here form and name of Arjuna, which is Parth. So both are actually same, but it will be just given two different names, and they have taken the incarnation. Now while doing so, the other gods also will take the incarnation here. They will also come and they will support the entire system. So like this, there will be very big war that will happen. But when in the battlefield Arjuna comes, he is in a completely confused state of mind, that he doesn't want to fight, because he sees that there someone is guru to him, someone is grandfather to him, someone is his own brothers, cousins, and all these things. He get entangled into all such relationship, and he says that how can I kill them? No, so he get into that asakti, he gets into that moha, entanglement, because of the relations that he hold with all of them. So here Krishna is telling to do, we have to wake up and you have to do your karma. So he explains the multiple concepts here. The first concept is that the one who has attained Jivan Mukta, so first he gives him knowledge about the self-realization. He gives knowledge about the Atma. He says that the Atma, what you think that you are going to kill them, so their body will die. Will their Atma will die? Will their soul will die? Soul never dies, no? Nainam Chindanti Kshatrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka. The Shastra, this any weapon cannot kill it, no? Any sword cannot cut it. Any weapon cannot kill it. No, the Agni, the fire cannot burn it. The Jala cannot make him wet or take him with it. And Maruta means the Vayu, means it cannot उसको सुखा नहीं सकता, उड़ा के नहीं ले सकता, सुखा नहीं सकता, इस तरह से. So basically nothing can actually destroy that Atma. It is beyond that. It is anadi. No, it is, there is no starting, there is no end. No, it is amariyad. No, there is no end to it. It is ananta, no? Infinite. So there are multiple such qualities or attributes that are attributed to the Godship. No, that is the Atma. That is the same thing. Guru Atma and God, they are not different. So it is that Atma. So you think about that. Then you will realize that whatever you are going to kill, this is just a body. This body is in a way going to be, may not be there, will not be there. So just forget about it. You do your karma. You have, your dharma is, you are born as a Kshatriya and you are fighting for your own dharma. We did everything to them. We told them everything. No, so they are not ready to listen. We tried all our best. Now you should wake up and do your dharma. You should do your karma. So that is where he explains all these things, and then he then Arjuna asks. Arjuna also keep on asking questions, just like Rama asked questions here. But the situation here is a battlefield. He's thoroughly confused and he's asking questions. Here the situation is little bit different. He is in Vairagya and asking questions. So here Arjuna asks to kindly explain me that when you say about what is this Anasakti Yoga, what is this yoga, what is this Brahma you are talking about, what is it that you refer to as Atma, what is that you talk about knowledge, what is it that you talk about all these things, this sannyasa, this yoga, all these terminologies you are using. Hey Krishna, kindly explain to me this in detail so that I can understand it and then I can actually see what is that you are trying to tell me. So this is where now Bhagwan Krishna, he said that it is that Swatma, it is that Swa-Atma, it is that Swatma, you establish yourself into that, and when you become Prapancharit, Prapancharit means all this thing, everything that your activity you keep on doing out in outward world, that's called Prapancha, and when you get stuck into it, then you are away from yourself, you are away from your Brahman, you are away from that Shiva Sthiti. So if you are dropping all these things and become establish yourself into the Brahman, that is the state, that state is called as Brahma, that itself is the Brahma. Now then whatever this chitta is there, this mind is there, which is making you putting you into a confused state of your mind, it is that this mind has some vrittis, some chitta, it's chanchal. Now that is the vritti of your mind, that is the characteristics of your mind, it will go. So it is surrounded with ignorance, a lot of ignorance. So whatever helps you to remove that ignorance and make you realize that you are self, you are Brahman, that sthiti, that is called as real knowledge. Means Atma Jnana, the self-realization is called as the real knowledge. Then how do we achieve this and how do we sustain this? So he says this chitta vritti, if you have to, this chitta vritti, this whatever is there, that you are that Brahman, you are that. If you have to remain that continuously in a manner, then if any prayatna, any efforts that you put towards that is called as yoga. Now this definition of yoga here little bit is different than what we have heard. We have heard, according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we have said what is yoga? Yoga is the union of your body, mind and your soul. When they because Yog is a Sanskrit word which means to unite, to that body, mind and soul. Here it is said that used to unite with that, the effort that you are putting. Now that effort could be yoga asanas, that effort could be pranayama, that effort could be meditation, that effort could be knowledge. No, that's the reason here it is Yog Vaashishtha. Vaashishtha, who told the yog to achieve the self-realization, is also called as yog here. So it is that efforts, any efforts, be it in any form, not just yoga asanas, not just some stretches here and there, but everything that you do, every effort that you do to remain into that chittavritti that I am Brahman, I am Shiva, is called as yoga here. Then he continued to explain that when we say that this entire jag, this entire world is also a Brahma, and I am also the Brahma, I am also not different than Brahma. This sthiti, that when you do your karma, do your actions with this attitude in your mind, then you say that I am doing all offering, I am surrendering all my actions and the fruits of action, everything to the Brahma. That is called as Brahmarpana. Now we say, Brahmarpanamastu, Krishnarpanamastu, Shivarpanamastu. What is it that Arpanamastu? It is like total surrender. Everything you surrender to the divinity. That is called as Ishwararpan or Brahmarpan. Now whatever the God name you say, you can, it's okay to take that name. That's not important here. So then he says that then when you are realizing this, when you establish yourself into this state of being, from where will that aham and mama that will remain, where that ego will come into picture, it will not be there. No, so like this, you drop your karma fal, means your actions are happening, and you bear the fruit of that, you reap the fruit of that. Now you do not expect anything out of that, either good or bad, not both. You drop everything. You do your actions, whatever happens out of that, you offer that to the completely tyag, that means leave that. When you are able to do that, that is the real sannyasa. Usually people confuse sannyasa with leaving this world, going somewhere else, taking that, going somewhere into jungle, Himalayas, and doing something. So it's not that it's not important. Some point of time you have to take a seclusion. But it's not you have dropped everything at the level of action, and yet at the level of your mind, you are still stuck into that. That factor will come as asakti. So here, let us understand this sannyasa. Sannyasa simply means that you are there in any one of the ashram. You are in Grihastha ashram, you are in Vanaprastha ashram, you are in Brahmacharya ashram, any ashram for that matter. If you are able to drop drop the fruits of your karma, then you are leading a life of a sannyasi here. So that is what is called as sannyasa here. And then the last one he explains, it's about that this sannyasa, because of this sannyasa, because of this state of not enjoying, not wanting to enjoy, not wanting to drop also, whatever it comes, accepting that, neither acceptance nor rejection, just being with it. Okay, this is what it comes, I'm okay with it. It's okay feeling. So that feeling is there. So when one does that point of time, all your sankalpas will drop. All your vikalpas will drop. Means I want to do this, I want to do that. What is it that you want to do? The one who has become Jivan Mukta, they will not want to do anything. And it doesn't mean that they will stop their action. They will be fully into action. Outward, they will be completely enthusiastic. They will be continue to do the actions also. Yet inside they will be completely detached with those actions, not expecting anything not expecting any fruit out of it, either good or bad, nothing. So that is called as asansakti. Means there is no asakti, there is no cravings, there are no desires, there is no foolishness that is left. So that is called as asansakti yoga. And this is the yoga, this is the asansakti yoga, is Krishna telling to Arjuna. Once you establish into that, then you will realize that all this thing, what you think you are going to kill and all this thing, that will disappear into you. So that is, you have to remain in that manmana bhav, means just Ishvara, that is whatever the Dvaita Bhavana is there, remove that Dvaita Bhavana completely and establish yourself into that divinity, is that Ishvara Arpan. So for that, this karma is also I only. The karma and the action that you are taking, that also I am only. And that Mula Tattva, that Advaita, that is also I am. And this Dvaita, what you see here, that also I am only. In the entire universe, I only exist. No, other than me, nobody exists here. No? So that's the reason Krishna tells me, Arjuna, Mamekam Shram. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. You just surrender, bow down to only me, because other than me, nothing else exists. And when you see in the form and also in the formless, you see the same thing. No, that is the, and when you have that devotion dawns in you, then you will have that knowledge automatically then. And then whatever the yagya that you use, that is what is your karma. No, and then doing that, whatever the you just surrender that to thing, and then you bow down to me. That is what he says. So then all your automatically richitta, your chitta will become sthir, it will become established. And then say, then Arjuna also asked that you mentioned about something called as this roop and aroop. No, there are two. Can you please explain this to me in more? So here Krishna Bhagwan explains to him that there are two roops. One is the Samanya Roop and one is the Pararoop. What appears to you directly as a physical thing, that is the Samanya Roop. But if you go beyond these things, whatever the Shankha, Chakra, Gadadhari, Vishnu, Narayan is what say in the form. That form is my Samanya Roop. That is the in a form I see, but something which is there, which is formless, something which is there beyond form. No, that is my Pararoop. We say that's the reason we refer to that. We say Atma and Paramatma. In reality, Atma and Paramatma are not two different things, but we just refer to something formless as Par. No, so it is that thing which you see as a Vishnu in a form is that Samanya Roop, and then when I go into formless form, that is my Pararoop. No? So that Pararoop is Anadi, that Pararoop is Anant, that Pararoop is Nirakar, there is no form. That Paramroop is Asim, Nirmal. No? It's pure consciousness, it's pure awareness. No? And we refer to it using various names. So it is that thing, and that itself is called as Brahman, that itself is called as Shiva Avastha. And that point in time, Adnyani people, the one who are ignorant, they are not able to recognize this, and they keep on discriminating, applying the Veda Buddhi, and because of that Dvaita Buddhi and Veda Buddhi, they are not able to differentiate between the Sakar and the Sakara Sagun and Nirakara. But till that point of time, you are not established into it. Till that point of time, you continue to pray, you continue to do the Bhakti Puja of the Saguna, that Chaturbhuj Roop of Vishnu. You continue to pray to that, continue to pray to Lord Krishna here. That is what say, until, and then continue to do your self-inquiry, that Chitta Shuddhi, that purity of your mind by doing your Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, continuously practice till you become the knowledgeable, till you realize, self-realization, enlighten this, and automatically then all these Jara and Vadi, all these bodily things, or these other things, no, Vikara, all these things will disappear. No, he says, thus Arjuna, you attain that Samadrishti. So you get into that Samadrishti and you establish your into that Swaswarupa, your own Swarupa. Once you are able to do that, you'll get to that Sutratma. And there is a ornament is there, there are pearls which are there, but there is one the thread that binds all of them together. So like that thread is that Sutratma. That thread is that Sutra. So you become that, you see that, and you remain in that. Like that, he also gives a very beautiful example here of the mirror. So what happens, it's the same mirror. For example, there is someone who is standing in front of the mirror here. This is a mirror. Someone is standing in front of the mirror here, and there is someone beside the mirror or behind the mirror. And you ask the question here to this person, what is this? He'll say, okay, whosoever is there in front of that, he'll say, okay, what you see here in the mirror, it's the Someshwar you see here. No, but the other one who sees it, what he will say? He will not see it is Someshwar, he'll say it's mirror. No? So the mirror which reflects anything that it comes in front of him as it is, yet the mirror remains the mirror. So it is that Atma. Whatever it comes, it is that thing. It takes the different names, it the different forms, and then we say what is different. It is Someshwar, Sangita, Jiva. Vanitaji, we just say with different names, but in reality what it is just a mirror. It is just reflecting what it is there in front of it. So it is similar to the same analogy is given to the Atma. So Atma also just reflects itself into different forms, but in the reality it just is that Brahman. It is just that Paramatma. It is just Shiva Avastha. No? To that thing, that Atma Vichara, this self Vichara. Now you contemplate on this and continue to be with this. But when you do this, at the same time, it also brings you something called as Achara Sanhita. It comes with some discipline. So this Atma comes, and this Atma takes the form of a Jiva, and when you start expressing yourself into the form, as an incarnation to anybody, even if it is God, it also comes with some Achara Sanhita, with some discipline. Now, with some Prarabdha karmas that one should do, and it is your act as per that rule of Achara Sanhita. The Agni, the fire will behave in a certain way. No, as per the Niyati, they have some characteristics associated. You have to fulfill those characteristics. You should not go beyond that. You should do your karma. If you are a sun, you are supposed to glow. No? If you are Jal, you are supposed to give that thirst, diminish the thirst of the people. You are supposed to, if you are air, you are supposed to flow and be available as air. You have that Gunadharma, you have that Niyati, you have that role to play. We cannot avoid that. That Achar Sanhita must be followed even if you have realized what you are. No? So that is very important here. So he says that you follow that, whatever, when you are come into this body, this Deha Dharana, once you have done that, whatever the Prapta Karma which are there with you, you go and do that. Just like, for example, some of the karmas that we do here, no, we don't drop everything. No, before that, when he says that you do this Atma Vichara, he is asking to drop the karma. So here he explains there are he talks about something called as Sat and Asat, which Shalakata also referred, no? This Sat and Asat. What is Sat here and what is Asat here? So if you should look at the 5 elements, the Prithvi, Jala, Tej, that is in the Murta Swarupa. No, it is a physical. We can actually see and experience. No? Prithvi is there, Jala is there, Tej means earth, your water, and this Agni, it's visible, no? Prakash, it's visible. This is the Murta Sakar Swarupa, Bhuta. In this 5 Panchamahabhuta, these 5 elements, these 3 are in the Murta Swarupa. It's very visible and we can perceive that. No? And then the other 2 which are there in a Asat form. No? So what is that? Vayu and Akasha. We can't see Akasha. No? Where is Akasha? Nowhere. Where is Vayu? We can't see that. No? But can at least experience that. So that is Ruparate. There are no Rup associated. There is no form associated with it. And the first one is Swarup, means there is a form associated with it. So these are the things that he explains about this, and they carry their own things. So when you say you born here in this Deha Dharana, you have to do your certain things. For example, to support your body, to keep your body in a healthy condition, you should eat healthy food. You should do all your yoga, stretches, whatever is there, you should continue to do and follow the practices that you are supposed to practice. And whatever the Prapta Karma, you should do that without getting associated any Vasana associated with. That is something you should continue to do that. And while doing it, you have to follow all the Niyamas. We have seen in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, all the Yamas and Niyamas, that discipline, Shravana, Manana, all these self-effort by dropping all your Pramada. We get into Pramada state, that knowing something good, not doing it, and knowing something bad and still doing it is called Pramada. So he says that dropping that Pramada, you continue to put your self-effort. Then all these things you continue to that. And if you have done any things seen have happened, go for the prayashchitta of that. No? Go and do that, pay for it, go through it and pay it off and finish it off. No? So that Praktan Karma is whatever the things that Sanchit Karma and the Praktan Karma itadi, with your self-effort you do it. And here also it refers to as something called as you do your Purushartha as Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha. No? You continue to put effort according to this. then definitely you will achieve that. Your buddhi will become pure, your intellect will become pure, and then your purva karma and self effort which you are putting right now, the one which is balvata, the one which is prominent, the one which is that is the what will win. So here Arjuna, you don't drop your efforts, self effort you continue to put till you know, and that how that effort also, it should be very tivra samvedana. Now it's it should be, that effort also should be with full honor and respect, and tivra, that with that passion has to be there, then that thing. So when you walk on this path, don't put your let your efforts be weak. No, put them into tivra samvedana. So tivra. So that is the reason. And when those efforts doesn't seems to be that achieving that tivrata in life, having that intensity, and that is the point of time people don't see the results. No, but if you put your results, if you put your efforts with full intensity, giving that 100% is what we effort we have, then obviously you will get the associated results also. So that's all these things says. Then finally Arjuna gets what is trying to communicate, and then Arjuna does his karma yoga. Then he takes up that, because now all the ignorance has been removed, and then he has become very pure, and whatever the things that has come in front of him, he picks up his things and he fight and he goes and all this, because he has become free. He has all the vasanas, cravings have been completely removed. That is where Vaashishtha tells to Rama that, hey Rama, like that Arjuna, like that Parth, you also become free from all these cravings, all these vasanas, vishayas. You also get into that Atma Darshana, get into that self-realization using all these different upayas, all these solutions which we have been looking at. And even Krishna also told to Arjuna, having said that, this is what will happen. Then Arjuna will say to Krishna, hey Prabhu, just like the sunlight that dawns, no, like that, and the lotus blossoms, now I have also belonged, that all that entangled, that moha that was there, I am free from that now, and that nirmal, that pure buddhi, that pure intellect have arisen now. And that atma vishayak drishti, means that buddhi and that jagrutha, that state of thing, which is making Arjuna realize the self-realization, that has done. So now I will do without taking any pride in that. Kartutva abhiman is not be there. I'll not take any pride doing all these things. I just represent it and surrender it to you. That with that equanimous state, that things I will do according to my prarabdha. If I have to do the war, if I am the soldier, if I am the pilot, fighter pilot, I have to go and fight. If that is what is my prarabdha, that is my role is, I will go and do that. Like this, Arjuna tells, and then he becomes ready for the war. So that is where this particular chapter concludes. The next chapter is 69, and where we'll see the Swapna Shatarudriya action. Means there is Rudra, and how this Rudra takes the different forms here. Because of the Vichitra Vasana, Nana Deha Prapti, because of this vasanas, how these things appears. So that chain of that births and lives, that is the next chapter that we'll see. So we'll see that tomorrow. So for today, I'd like to hand over this session to all of you. Whatever your takeaways are there, if you have any question, you're welcome to ask that. Or else we quickly walk through the takeaways and we'll conclude our session. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. Unmute option is being made available to you. You can take over.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Sangeeta ji.
Thanks for a very speedy session. We had to run with you to see what Vashishtha Muni is saying. Yeah. So that was very nice. And it was like Vashishtha Muni is a Trikal Darshi, right? So, yeah, and he's with that vision, and he's predicting, and with that vision, he's seeing it happening also, and he's saying it to this whole thing to Rama. Okay, now this is going to happen in the next yuga. That is Krishna and Arjun, they will be standing on the battlefield, and Arjuna has to fight, and Krishna will give him that knowledge and everything, all that, because he has the access to that information. Yog Vaashishtha has that access to that information. So that's why he is saying all this to Rama. And then he is also saying ki how Lord is going to explain him, ki Arjuna, you are in Moha now. And how can Arjuna says, how can I kill all them? They are my all relatives. How can I kill them? So then Lord says, ki no, the body is going to die. The soul doesn't die. The soul is Adi, Anadi, and everything, all the knowledge, then it comes out. So that is my first takeaway over here. Of course, we will have a round of it. And let's go ahead. Whoever would like to say, Vanita ji, she's already with us and smiling away with a beautiful smile. Yeah, so over to you, Vanita ji.
Unmute yourself, Vanita ji. Share whatever you feel. And language का कोई बंधन नहीं है. किसी भी language में आप बात कर सकते हैं.
थोड़ा heavy था last lesson. Practice compulsory. Study. प्रारब्ध तो कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? लास्ट पॉइंट था अपना, लास्ट पॉइंट प्रारब्ध का. आगे एक्सप्लेन इट.
कैसा है ना कि प्रारब्ध किसे कहा गया है यहाँ पे. तो बेसिकली होता क्या है कि हम लोग कुछ तो क्रिया करते हैं, एक्चुअली कुछ तो एक्शन करते हैं, और वो एक्शन हमारी ही नहीं, सिर्फ एक्शन फिजिकली ही नहीं, सिर्फ पहली बात तो हमारी एक्शन नहीं, इन एक्शन. आप बैठे हुए हो, सामने कोई घटना भी नहीं घटी, कोई व्यक्ति भी नहीं आया, आपने मन में ही कुछ कर लिया, आपने मन में ही किसी के कपड़े हो गया, आपका खत्म, आपने कर्म कर दिया वहां पे. सो कर्म माने सिर्फ फिजिकल एक्शंस की बात नहीं हो रही है, या इन एक्शंस की भी बात नहीं हो रही है, और सिर्फ आपने किए या नहीं किए उसकी भी बात नहीं हो रही है. कर्म क्या हो गए आपके कर्म क्या हो गए? आपने किए भी नहीं तब भी आपके कर्म बन सकते हैं. कैसे? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपके मन में कुछ आया, आपने कुछ एक्शन कर दिया, आपका कर्म हो गया. पहले वन वे ऑफ फॉर्मिंग अ कर्म. सेकंड कर्म कि आपने कुछ करना चाहिए था, नहीं करना चाहिए था, आप बैठ गए, अकर्मी होके बैठ गए, आपने अकर्मी वाला कर्म कर लिया. आपने एक्शन नहीं लिया, इनएक्शन में चले गए, आप अकर्मी होके बैठ गए, वो आपने अकर्म वाला कर्म कर दिया. अच्छा, आपने एक्शन कुछ किया ही नहीं, एक्शन भी नहीं किया, इनएक्शन भी नहीं किया, लेकिन मन के अंदर सब कुछ जो करना था सब कुछ कर लिया. दिस इज वेयर द यूजुअल सन्यासीज एंड दे गेट स्टक. अकॉर्डिंग टू नॉर्मल रूटीन दे हैव टेकन अ सन्यासा. सबको दिखता है ब्रह्मचारी बन गया, सन्यासा लेगा, लेकिन अंदर ही अंदर कुछ नहीं छोड़ा. सब अभी भी सारी आसक्ति बाकी है, सब कुछ लस्ट भी है, वासना भी है, सब कुछ है. नॉट रिलेटेड टू ओनली सेक्स, एवरीथिंग. खाने के प्रति बोलो, कुछ भी जो पंच विषया जो रहते हैं इनके प्रति, मन में सब कुछ है, मन के लेवल पे सब कुछ किए जा रहे हैं. तो फिर सन्यासी कहाँ पे सन्यासी हो गया? हाँ, तो बोलते ये नहीं, तो वो भी कर्म है. यदि अंदर भी कुछ ऐसा होता है, उसको भी कुछ होता है, तो उससे होता क्या पता है क्या? इन रियलिटी कर्म क्या है? अपनी जो स्मृति है, अपने जो वहां पे जो संस्कार बन जाते हैं, जो इंप्रेशन बन जाते हैं, वह कर्म कहलाते हैं. तो ये क्या हो गया? ये तो अपने खुद के बारे में हो गया. अच्छा, मैं कुछ कर भी नहीं रहा, मैं कुछ सोच भी नहीं रहा, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, सामने से आके किसी ने कुछ कह दिया आपको और आपको बुरा लग गया, तभी वो कर्म हो गया ना. ये थोड़ा डेलिकेट है कि यार मैंने तो कुछ किया नहीं, बट फिर भी मेरे कैसे कर्म हो गए. तो लेकिन हाँ, आपके ऊपर वो संस्कार बैठ गया, आपके ऊपर वो इंप्रेशन बैठ गया, तो उसके ही तरीके से नेक्स्ट टाइम जब कुछ आएगा ना, वही जैसे कोई आया, आप किसी के साथ, किसी ने कुछ आपको बोल दिया, आपको बुरा लग गया, अभी वही पर्सन सामने जाके नेक्स्ट टाइम आके बात करने का कुछ गया, वो पूर्वाग्रह से ही बात करोगे आप उसके साथ, बिकॉज संचित कर्म आ गया, आपने कर्म बना लिया उसका ऐसा. तो कर्म सिर्फ एक्शंस नहीं है, कर्म है जो घटना घटी, नहीं घटी, मन के स्तर पे घटी, फिजिकल स्तर पे घटी, स्थूल शरीर पे घटी, सूक्ष्म स्तर पे घटी, आपने नहीं घटी, किसी और ने घटाई, व्यक्ति, परिस्थिति, ऑब्जेक्ट आपके सानिध्य में आया, आपने अपने अंदर उसका संस्कार बना लिया, इंप्रेशन बना दिया, तो कर्म बन गया आपका. और ऐसे कर्म बनते रहते हैं, हम चाहे या ना चाहे। और वो जो संचित कर्म जो थे पूरे, म्हणजे यदि हम लोग इसको ऐसे टाइम के रूप में देखें और वर्तमान काल देखें, तो जो भूतकाल में जो घटित हुआ है, आपने किया है नहीं किया है वो नहीं, आपके साथ घटित हुआ है, वो उसकी वजह से आपके अंदर जो संचित इंप्रेशंस बन गए, संस्कार बन गए, वो आपके प्रारब्ध कहलाता है। वही आपके संचित कर्म कहता है, वही उसको प्रारब्ध कर्म कहता है। जो अभी जो कर रहे हो वह प्राक्तन कहलाता है, नो। इसलिए बोलते हैं, अर्जुना बोलते हैं प्राक्तन और जो प्रारब्ध संचित कर्म, इनमें दोनों में क्या होता है, फाइट होता है। और जो जीतता कौन है, जो बलवान होता है, वो जीत जाता है। ये चीज है प्रारब्ध की। वनिता जी। हाँ, आगे बढ़ते हैं। और किसी को कुछ शेयर करना है? निशिता जी, रमा जी, रोहिणी जी, बीना जी, भोसले सर, कुसुम ताई, कैन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड स्पीक।
हॅलो सर.
हाँ नमस्कार. बोला सर.
नमस्ते सर, जय गुरुदेव. सर मला ते योग वशिष्ठाचा जरा ऍड्रेस आणि तो नंबर पाहिजे होता मॅडमचा, मग मी तिथे जाऊन घेणार आहे पुस्तक.
पुस्तक सध्या अवेलेबल नाही आहे, आणि मी देईल तुम्हाला त्यांचा नंबर पण देईल, त्यांचा ऍड्रेस. सध्या पुस्तक आउट ऑफ स्टॉक आहे.
कधी होणार आहे, मग परत करणार आहे?
हा, मग बोलून घ्या ना, मी नंबर देईल त्यांना, त्यांचा तुम्हाला, तुम्ही एका त्यांच्याशी बोलून घ्या.
ओके सर, थँक्यू.
आणखी काही शेअरिंग करायची आहे तुम्हाला?
नो थँक्स.
बीना जी, आपको कुछ शेयर करना है? We'll go for the second round of sharing. संगीता, हबीना जी आ चुकी है. हबीना जी, प्लीज गो अहेड.
इसमें मुझे अभी आप जो बोल रहे थे ना, तो मेरा टेक अवे बहुत मुझे जो टच किया कि हमारे हम अंदर, हम जो वाइब्रेशंस है ना हमारी चेतना की, जो हम देते हैं, जो रिले करते हैं, वो ही हमारे वापस बाउंस बैक होके आती है। और जो भी हम कर्म कर रहे हैं उसका रिफ्लेक्शन हमारी चेतना के ऊपर पड़ता है। जैसे आपने फिर बोला ना प्रारब्ध कर्मा, जो हम ये क्या है, ये कर्मा क्या है? कर्मा इज नथिंग बट द इम्प्रेशंस, है ना। तो हम मेडिटेशन के थ्रू जिसको कि आप वाइप आउट कर सकते हो, जो स्ट्रॉन्ग इम्प्रेशंस होते हैं ना, वो ही कर्मा को हमको भोगना पड़ता है। तो यही बातें मतलब बार बार गुरुदेव भी बोलते हैं कि कोई भी व्यक्ति से घृणा मत करो, किसी से मतलब द्वेष मत करो, माफ करो। क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि हमें जो भी मिला है, जो अगर इम्प्रेशन, उसका डार्क इम्प्रेशन हमारी चेतना के ऊपर गिर गया, तो वी हैव टू टेक केयर, वी हैव टू बेयर दिस। जैसे कि अगर आपने वो स्टोरी सुनी होगी ना कि गौतम बुद्धा के पास वो एनलाइटनमेंट के लिए जाता था, इजंट इट सोमेश्वर जी? ये वाली कहानी ना मैं अक्सर सुनाती हूँ अपने बेसिक कोर्स वालों को कि अगर आपको मुक्ति चाहिए, लिबरेशन चाहिए, तो आपको इम्प्रेशंस को खत्म करना पड़ेगा। वो कैसे होगा? सिंपली माफ करते जाओ, आगे बढ़ते जाओ, माफ करते जाओ। दैट इज अ गोल्डन की टू जस्ट वाइप ऑफ योर कर्मास। तो ये मुझे हमेशा मुझे स्ट्राइक करता है जब भी कभी मेरे जैसे मार्केट में जा रहे हैं या कहीं कुछ हो रहा है, अगर कोई कुत्ता मर गया है तो यू डोंट लुक एट दैट वन, है ना। देखते हुए भी नहीं देखना। क्यों नहीं देखना है? क्योंकि अगर हमने उसको देखा और वो चेतना में वो फोटोकॉपी हो जाती है, तो वो फिर वो इम्प्रेशंस हो जाते हैं, तो वो दैट इज कॉल्ड कर्मा। जैसे किसी ने हमने कुछ काम किया, अगर उसका गिल्ट बहुत ज्यादा गहरा चला गया, तो वो भी एक कर्मा बन जाते। तो कर्मा की को हमको जान के ना बड़े सजग होके आगे बढ़ते रहना। अपने आप को भी माफ करो और दूसरों को भी माफ करो। है ना। अपने अंदर गिल्ट भी मत लेके आओ, और जो भी हो रहा है उसको सहज भाव से कि ठीक है ये हो गया, रिपीट मत करो वो गलतियों को, लेकिन हाँ आगे बढ़ते जाओ और इम्प्रेशंस मत डालने दो चेतना को। दैट इज द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट which everyone should take care of that one.
हाँ बिल्कुल सही कहा बीना जी कि हाँ जो अपना चेतना की जगह पे अगर चित्त वर्ड यूज करें तो थोड़ा और रिलेवेंट होगा। चित्त के ऊपर ये सारे जो चीजें होते हैं ना, चेतना जो, यदि चेतना को हम लोग आत्मा कहते हैं, परमात्मा कहते हैं, और जो कॉन्शियसनेस कहते हैं, उसके ऊपर तो कोई इंप्रेशन बनते नहीं है खैर। तो व्हेन वी रेफर इट इज चित्ता, इट इज द माइंड, नो, तो दैट कुड बी अप्रोप्रिएट। एंड हाँ जरूर क्षमा जो है, क्षमा कुछ लेवल के कर्मा को हम लोग क्षमा के जरिए जरूर मिटा सकते हैं, वो इंप्रेशन फिर हट जाते हैं, अदरवाइज वो हम लोग ऐसे पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं। There are many other karmas that we do other than which does not require any forgiveness is not required. There are many such other impressions also, and to deal with them, actually it is the actions that you are doing. Action means not physical actions, you are just doing it but not having any vasana, any furiousness, any desire, any craving, any expectation to get something out of it. They also form an impression on us. So वो भी नहीं छोड़ने, and probably forgiveness वाला element वहाँ पे नहीं involved होगा, but there are many such things. But yet yes, whatever your viewpoint about the forgiveness is really beautiful. Thank you so much for that. जाधव सर तुम्हाला काही बोलायचंय? परेश जाधव अनम्यूट करून बोलू शकता तुम्ही, कुछ कहना है आपको? परेश जी हाँ बोलिए बोलिए, अनम्यूट करून बोला। तब तक हम लोग यहाँ पे एक प्रश्न, हाँ बोलिए
रियली एक्सलेंट।
एक कवे तुम्ही सांगू शकता काय आजच्या सत्रात आपल्याला कळालं किंवा आपको क्या? ओके ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक प्रश्न है सविता जी का। सविता जी कहते हैं इफ वी सरेंडर अवर कर्मास वेयर डज इट गो? डज इट गो टू अनदर डिमेंशन वेयर डिफरेंट कॉन्शियसनेस ऑफ लॉर्ड विष्णु इज प्रेजेंट? नहीं नहीं, ये सब कुछ ऐसा नहीं, कहीं जाता नहीं है वो, इट जस्ट इरेज। बेसिकली उसके इंप्रेशंस नहीं बनते जब आप सरेंडर करते हो, अदरवाइज यू आर होल्ड ऑन टू इट। ये कोई ये फिजिकल द्रव्य की बात नहीं हो रही है कि कोई कहाँ से कुछ निकला और किसी को गया, वहां यहाँ से निकला वहां पे गया। इट्स नॉट फिजिकल थिंग, सरेंडर इज हैज नथिंग टू डू विथ फिजिकल थिंग। जो अर्पण कर रहे हैं ना, इट इज प्योरली एट द लेवल ऑफ just a thought, it's just subtle, it's very subtle thing. Surrender is not physical thing, no? You're not giving any pen or take this pen and give it to Lord Vishnu, aisa nahi hai. It is just, it's just an awareness that it's done. So it's not going any other dimension of any other different consciousness. There is no two different consciousness nahi hai. Advaita ka philosophy hai, there are no two consciousness here. So इस कॉन्शियसनेस में निकला दूसरे कॉन्शियसनेस में, ये नहीं है बात। कॉन्शियसनेस इज ओनली वन।
एक्चुअली जो सरेंडर होता है ना, वो इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स योर प्योरिटी ऑफ योर माइंड एंड एक्शंस, इजंट इट? तो वो प्योरीफाई करता है उसको। तो इट्स ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग कि दैट सरेंडर मींस जस्ट यू आर सरेंडरिंग, भोले भाव से छोड़ दिया उसको, एंड यू आर फ्री नाउ, है ना। तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि अनजाने में हमसे गलती हो जाती है कोई, है ना, तो आप सरेंडर कर दो उसको, है ना। उस बारे में ज्यादा सोचना नहीं, अब क्या होगा, अरे मुझे पाप लगेगा, मुझे ये होगा, वो भी नहीं करना है ना। तो गिल्ट में नहीं चले जाना है। तो ये सब कैसे होता है? व्हेन यू सिट इन ए मेडिटेशन, जिसको भी डिवाइन पावर को आप मानते हो, गुरु को मानते हो, किसको भी, तो बस उसको सिंपली भोले भाव से आज मुझसे ये गलती हो गई, क्षमा करना, है ना। तो उसी में बस डिसॉल्व हो जाती चीजें, है ना। वो पकड़ते नहीं है, हमारा मन पकड़ता नहीं है उन चीजों को बार बार से, है ना। और दूसरा एडवांटेज क्या होता है कि आप फ्री हो जा, मुक्त हो जाते हो, मतलब विचारों, उस विचार से। वो बार बार हॉन्ट नहीं करता है आपको वो विचार, और बार बार आपको दिमाग को तंग नहीं करता है। इसीलिए हमको समर्पण तो सबसे बेस्ट तरीका है ना, जिस भोले भाव से आगे चलते जाओ, सरेंडर कर। हाँ, लेकिन ये भी बात है, कभी कभी हम बुद्धि लगाते हैं ना, एक बार गलती कर दिया, माफी कर दो भगवान, फिर दोबारा वही गलती कर दिया, फिर माफी, ऐसे नहीं होता है ना, वो फिर कर्मबद्ध। देखिए आपकी चेतना बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है ना, वो शी नोज कि आप ये गलत है, ये आपको अंदर से पता चलता है। तो आपको वो सब नहीं करना है जिसमें कि आपकी आत्मा सुकृति हो, जिसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि अरे समथिंग अनप्लेजेंट थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग, तो मत करो वो। लेकिन अगर आप कर रहे हो, उसको इग्नोर कर रहे हो, देन यू हैव टू गो थ्रू दैट साइकिल। आपको वो सब मिलना ही है, ऊपर नीचे होना ही है आपका, है ना। यू कैन नॉट गेट अवे फ्रॉम दीज थिंग्स।
एब्सोल्युटली। वो जो कर्तृत्व की भावना आती है ना, कि मैं करता हूँ, मैंने किया, मैं कर रहा हूँ, ये पिक्चर में आ जाते हैं तो ये कर्म बन जाते हैं फिर। और आपने आप कर ही नहीं रहे हो कुछ, तो surrender also becomes very obvious because you are not the doer. So when you are not doing anything, what is it that?
हाँ, इसके पीछे ये डूअरशिप भी कब नहीं आती है, जबकि आपका इंटेंशंस प्योर होता है, तभी आप ये बोल सकते हो कि ये मैं हो गया, ठीक है, मैं करता नहीं हूँ इसका, चाहे अच्छा हो या बुरा हो उसमें। तो ये डूअरशिप आपको इंटेंशन से रिलेटेड है। फिर अगर आपके इंटेंशंस प्योर होगा तो आप उसको समर्पण करने में आसानी रहेगी आपको डूअरशिप से।
बिल्कुल
तो
बिल्कुल,
बहुत सारी चीजें ना इंटरलिंक्ड है एक्चुअली।
yes yes, there are that thing है actually. There is very big story. We recently have done the advanced course with Kashi Bhaiya, and Kashi Bhaiya shared one story. Many of us already know that story. It's a story of Samarth Ramdas जो है ना, उनकी और अपने शिवाजी जो थे। There was this king, no, in Maharashtra, everybody know, it's well known personality, Shivaji. So what happens, once upon a time, by listening to these discourses of Swami Samartha, not Swami Samartha, Samartha Ramdas, he gets into that state that I want to drop away everything, and he say, I want to take sannyasa, I want to go, I want to be with you. That happens with us also, it happens. So he goes and says, everything, mine is all surrendered to you. He said, okay, fine, well, good, accepted, sab kuch mera hai. Then he calls up tomorrow, come tomorrow morning. And then when king goes and stands in front of him, okay, now you do one thing. Now you are my shishya, and you have surrendered everything to me. Your kingdom, everything is, now it's mine. Now I am appointing you. Now you go and you take care of this as if you are taking care of, as if you are doing it for me. No, it's not yours now. Now you are not one who is doing it. You are doing it for me. ओ वो हो गया, हाँ? तो जाके फिर करो उसको. that is where the कर्तापन का भाव निकल जाता है कि everything that I am doing it for the master. I am doing his work. So when we do the Vishnu का work, शिव जी का work, ब्रह्म का वर्क, कुछ भी जो आपको नाम बुलाना है, किसी का भी करो, किसी को भी सरेंडर करो, किसी का भी, तो कर्तृत्व अपना कर्तापन का भाव जो है वो निकल जाएगा. तो दैट वाज अ रिलेवेंट स्टोरी टू व्हाट बीना जी शेयरिंग विद अस. ठीक है. Any other sharings, any other takeaways other than what we discussed that we can point out? हाँ संगीता जी, go ahead.
Yeah. So it was key. We came to know a very good, a clear explanation about what is yoga. So that was the main thing over here actually in today's session. So every efforts that you put to unite your mind, body, soul, and coming up to that experience of Brahman. So Vashishtha Muni also says that he do all this with a full intensity. All your actions are to be done, but then ultimately what have you to do? You have to surrender. And what is that surrender? That surrender is very beautifully said, ki Your thoughts, ideas, deeds are all whatever, and the teachings are all, are given away completely to the higher power. And you become free from all that. And again, there is no impressions there. And you do the action, but still you are in that inaction. So that is what it is. And so then what happens is, engage yourself in the action, establish in the spirit of yoga, and unattached to the action. That is why you surrender, and then you shall not be bound. So there is no binding in that. So then what happens? The result is you are at peace and you are full of that Brahman. So that is what it is. So that yoga which we saw over here, exactly like it has been explained very beautifully by you, Someshwarji, and that was my main takeaway today.
So it's a Anasakti Yoga. It's not having any moha, not having anything. That asakti is not there. Asakti is that furiousness, that wanting to do. I am doing it. I want to do it faster. That furiousness, that jwar, it is there. That asakti, that moha, that entanglement. When all that is dropped, then you enjoy the path of Anasakti Yoga. And then another yoga is also told here is a karma yoga, both Anasakti Yoga and karma yoga. And we are looking at Bhagavad Gita. There are so many types of different types of Jnana yoga. All those things are there. So it is there. So yoga is not just asanas. No, very people are very confused. Probably gets very confused with yoga asanas only. So it's not just that, but it is much more and beyond that. Fantastic takeaway, Sangeeta ji. Anything else that takeaways और किसी को कुछ बोलना है? Any additional takeaways if you'd like to contribute? कुसुमताई, हाँ, go ahead कुसुमताई.
Yoga जो है, तो that is union with God in any मतलब any action. So that is yoga. इसका another definition. And one other thing I want to tell कि binding जो है, binding of the action. So suppose we are going by the way, गाड़ी चला रहे और सामने से आकर कोई ऐसा ये करके जाता है and he abuses or something. So in that way, in that action, so if you are just मतलब प्रतिसाद देते हैं कि उसको भी उल्टा प्रतिसाद देते हैं या और कुछ, तो then you get binded with. तो वो जो आया है situation, it is our purva karma. तो if we just keep quiet कि ये हमारा ही पार्सल हमारे पास आया है, तो उसमें हमको और अकाउंट नहीं बनाना है, तो स्वीकार करो एंड बी क्वाइट. तो अगला बाइंडिंग नहीं बनेगा, अकाउंट अगेन नहीं बनेगा. ऐसे ही हमारे अकाउंट्स बनते जाते हैं, तो वो हमको रिलीज करते जाना है कर्मा का जो है.
फैंटास्टिक है एंड थोड़ा डेलिकेट भी है. इसी चक्कर फंस जाता है बेचारा अर्जुन, अपने कर्म करना नहीं चाहता, एक्शन ही नहीं करना चाहता, बैठ जाता है, क्वाइट रहना चाहता. तो
इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट एक्चुअली.
कुसुमताई जो क्वाइट,
लेकिन ऐसे ही हमारी लकीरें बनती जाती है.
हाँ बिल्कुल. कुसुमताई आपका जो नॉलेज है दैट इज वेरी एप्ट, उसमें मुझे कोई संशय नहीं है. कुसुमताई जो क्वाइटनेस की जो बात कर रही है, बेसिकली नॉट रिलेटेड टू एक्शन और इनएक्शन. शी इज सेइंग डोंट फॉर्म एन इंप्रेशन ऑन यू. दैट इज व्हाट कुसुमताई इज टेलिंग अस. कि उसके जो सामने वाले ने कुछ बोल दिया ना, तो आपने रिएक्ट कर दिया, आप गुस्सा हो गए, तो इंप्रेशन बन गया. या आपने बुरा मान लिया, आपने उस वक्त तो गुस्सा जताया नहीं, लेकिन अंदर ही अंदर जल रहे उसके ऊपर, जेलसी में आ गए, उसका मुख देखने ही आप आग बुगला हो जाते अंदर. तो यही बात हो गई ना, फिर आपने तो इंप्रेशन बना लिया. भले ही उस वक्त आप बड़े शांत से रह गए, मुख से कुछ ना बोला, लेकिन अंदर ही अंदर तो हो गया, फिर बन गया सब कुछ ना. तो ये नहीं करना है. बट एट द सेम टाइम जो उस वक्त जरूरी है ना, इफ सामने वाला आके बोलेगा एक थप्पड़ मारेगा गांधी जी की तरह, आप बोलेगा नेक्स्ट भी गाल उसको दे दो, ये नहीं, ये कर्मयोग यहाँ पे नहीं बताया गया है। कृष्ण बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं, सामने वाले को लगती है तो यू स्टैंड अप, यू क्षत्रिय, ये हमारे पास है, चलाओ, युद्ध करो, कम ऑन डू इट। तो वो बात है, बट उसमें कोई गुस्सा नहीं है। व्हेन यू डू दैट देयर इज नो रिवेंज, नहीं है, बदला लेने की वृत्ति नहीं है यहाँ पे। इट इज टू प्रोटेक्ट योर धर्मा, इट इज योर you are kshatriya, so you are doing that fight. It's like the soldiers that fight for us, our country, right? There is no personal thing is not involved there. When they are killing somebody, there is that is not involved. So that is so thoda delicate hai, but हाँ ऐसा है. So that's the way it is. Thank you so much, Kusum bhai.
एक चीज और बोलना चाहूंगी सोमेश्वर जी.
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल बोलिए.
कि हम अगर योगी इसीलिए बार बार बोलते हैं, पता है ना, हमें कृष्ण भगवान ने भी हम योगी को सबसे उच्च स्तर पे रखा है ना. तो योगी जब बन जाते हैं ना, आप अपने जीवन में देखिए ना कि आप इतनी सालों से ये साधना कर रहे हैं, तो आप पहले जो गुस्सा करते थे उसमें जलन होती थी, मुझे तो होती थी, है ना. मैं अपनी बात करूंगी, मैं क्यों दूसरों की. तो मेरे अंदर मतलब कुड़न होती थी, सारी रात भर नींद नहीं आती थी. किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया तो वो चलता क्यों 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 चलता रहता था. लेकिन अभी नहीं होता. अभी क्या होता है, हाँ कोई सिचुएशन आई, मैंने रिएक्शन जरूर दिया, पर कैसे दिया रिएक्शन, वो तरीका बदल गया, बड़े सॉफ्टली भी हो गया. या अगर गुस्सा भी दिखाया, वो केवल दिखाया, करा नहीं, वो अंदर नहीं उतरा. तो मेरे चित्त में वो बैठा नहीं, वो मेरे को डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया अंदर. तो when you remain calm and composed and centered, you know, within yourself, तो ये सब चीजें आएंगी. ऐसा नहीं है कि लालच नहीं आएगा, गुस्सा नहीं आएगा, ये नहीं आएगा. आप ये अगर करने लगेंगे तो हम फाइट कर रहे हैं, तब तो वो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. हमें क्या करना है, आया, लेकिन आप वो पैरामीटर देखना कि मैं कल जो मेरा अगर गुस्सा निकला था तो कैसे निकला था, आज कैसे निकला. तो हम धीरे धीरे उसको मॉडिफाई करते करते इतने सॉफ्ट हो जाते हैं, इतने सरल हो जाते हैं कि कई बार तो सिचुएशंस आपके पास उस तरह से आती ही नहीं है. आपको वो हार्श बोलना पड़े, ऐसी सिचुएशन भी अवॉइड हो जाती हैं. तो दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ द योगी. तो बी अ योगी, है ना, अंदर आत्म स्थित होना है, दैट्स ऑल. और योगी पुरुष ही आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे जो भी कहिए.
यस, बहुत अच्छा.
कुसुमताई इज ऑल्सो. परेश सर, तुमच्या सोबत आजी आहेत का, त्यांना काही बोलायचं का? अनम्यूट करा स्वतःला.
हाँ आइए.
हा नमस्कार आजी. कशा आहात तुम्ही, हाऊ आर यू? दिवाळीच्या तुम्हाला खूप खूप शुभेच्छा.
तुम्हालाही हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आई, माय मदर,
हा हा.
नाउ शी इज 92
ओ अच्छा अच्छा.
डूइंग योगा, ध्यान साधना, महाराष्ट्र मेडिटेशन.
अरे वाह, वेरी नाइस, फैंटास्टिक, बहुत बढ़िया. हाँ, रियली नाइस.
And doing meditation also. She is age of.
That's very good. That's very good, Paresh ji. Thank you so much. हाँ, बढ़िया. दादी को बोलना आप आते जाओ रोज. हाँ, be with us. Very good. हाँ, और किसी को अपना व्यक्त करना है? वनिता जी, आपको कुछ ऐड करना है? रोहिणी जी, सविता जी.
Yeah, one takeaway is about the true sannyasa. That is what we saw today. You know, what is that true sannyasa? It is, being firmly established into yourself by abandoning all the thoughts and notions. And thus you shall liberate your consciousness. So that is the one part. And also, of course, all the thoughts, notions, or the mental images, whatever is there, the conditionings are all dissolved. All of them are dissolved. And then the Supreme Self or the Brahman is only there. So that takes you to the true sannyasa. And all this is by performing all your actions and offering to him, and you shine as the Lord is adored by all. So you also shine in that way. And that is what is true sannyasa. And ultimately coming to that as a yoga and of course, and as wisdom and the conviction that all is Brahman, alone is all, including the world and the I, is known as offering everything to the Brahman. And that is what is called true sannyasa. So that I like it.
That's very important takeaway, Sangeeta ji. This is really beautiful. बहुत important है कि usually people get stuck into this sannyasa thing, ना? करते क्या है, छोड़ना है अंदर वाले बातों को and externally सब कुछ करना है. लोग उल्टा कर देते हैं, बाहर का सब छोड़ देते हैं, अपने कर्म एक्शन छोड़ देते हैं और संन्यासा लेने में ये करते हैं, and फिर अंदर फिर गड़बड़ हो जाती है. तो वो नहीं लेना है. तो गुरुदेव से मिलो, देखो कि सन्यासी रियल में कैसे होती है. आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग के लोग हैं, दिन से मिलो, पता लगता है. वेरी गुड. कोई कुछ छोड़ के जाने की आवश्यकता नहीं होती है. यू कैन स्टिल बी सन्यासी, यू कैन स्टिल बी योगी. बेस्ट है आप योगी बन जाओ, सन्यास अपने आप हो ही जाता है. बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी फैंटास्टिक.
One more takeaway, and that is like the beads, which are all in that one thread. You know, all the beads that is connecting. So in the same way that your Atman is being connected through all, you know, everywhere. So every bead you see, you just see the connection with that, and that which, you know, it will reflect in you also. And that thread is the sutra which keeps the beads together. So I like that point also very much, you know. So that sutra is that which keep all the beads together. So that it is.
Fantastic. And in that also, you are also not kam kuch nahi hai. You are also pearl. आप भी एक मोती हो. No, उसकी सारे इसके हिस्से. So you are also that pearl. No, you are also that atma. You are also that sutra. No, that is really beautiful. So even if it appearing in the form of a pearl as an external thing, that and the one which is connecting all of them, both in both the forms, you are that one. Amazing. हाँ वनीता जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? Okay. ठीक है. और कोई takeaways है? Any takeaways that somebody wants to talk on और कुछ?
Mirror example अच्छा लगा.
हाँ.
Mirror example जो दिया था.
हाँ, mirror का example that was very good ना. हाँ, it is like mirror तो mirror है ना. हम लोग बोलते कि मिरर में कोई और दिख रहा है, ये दिख रहा है, वो दिख रहा है, बट इन रियलिटी मिरर इज जस्ट अ मिरर. कॉन्शियसनेस इज जस्ट अ कॉन्शियसनेस. उसका कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. यस. सो ये सारे एग्जांपल्स, ये सारे जो एनालॉजीज जो होते हैं, इट इज फॉर अस टू एस्टैब्लिश इनटू दैट वन सेल्फ. तो ध्यान लग जाए, आराम से ध्यान करने बैठो, तो ये सारी जो चीजें देते हैं उस वक्त वो तकलीफ ना दे हमें, है ना. बहुत बढ़िया. चलो, दीपावली का दिन है, जाओ एंजॉय करो. यहाँ पे भी एंजॉय कर रहे हैं हम लोग. तो आज के इस सत्र को यहाँ पे रोक लेते हैं, स्वल्प विराम लेते हैं ताकि पुनः एक बार कल मिल पाए. वंस अगेन विश यू ऑल अ वेरी वेरी हैप्पी जॉयफुल दिवाली. एंजॉय योर दिवाली. लेट दिवाली बी अ सेलिब्रेशन फॉर यू.
Thank you. Wish you all a very happy Diwali. Someshwar ji, you too also. Yeah.
Yes.
With the lightness, with the light illuminating in your life. Yeah.
And you will come out with a flying color. Nice thought. I like it. Really wonderful. Something new learn.
Very good. We are all going through that experience now, Paresh ji. So yes, that experience is very beautiful for everybody. Let us be with that experience. जो भी मिल रहा है ना, वो आपके अंदर से ही आ रहा है. वो जो आनंद की प्राप्ति हो रही है ना, it is coming from your own within.
You are the source. You are the source.
Honestly speaking, this is the right place for me. It's like मुझे इतनी खुशी होती है ना ये टाइम के लिए. मैं वेट करती हूँ कि मुझे कब 8 बजेगा और कभी कभी मिस हो जाता है इधर उधर. तो रियल सेलिब्रेशन अगर देखा जाए ना तो I find over here.
Yes. Absolutely.
Actually, when you can celebrate from within, then only you can celebrate outside. Actually, it is like that, that celebration becomes a reflection for you. Outside also you can celebrate. है ना? मन दुखी है तो बाहर celebrate भी नहीं करने को आता है. That is the point. But if your mind is fully illumined and full paripurna, what we saw, just like all the pots are made of that clay. I just remember that example. So everywhere it is, and that Brahman is so much paripurna. It's there everywhere. Oth-prot hai, like that. You're so fulfilled with that. So with that energy, if you go anywhere, Gurudev says every day when you light a diya, even after doing Guru Puja during that time, it is Diwali for you. Because that is what it is actually, So it's like that. Then every day becomes a Diwali for you. Every moment you can say. That is so nice, really. The energy. Yeah. And today's, even this was very nice. Meditation. What vastness. My God, the way we experience that vastness within you, and now you go and celebrate, Gurudev said, go and celebrate Diwali now with that vastness. So he gave us so much, in that contentment and that vastness, कि really, मतलब वो परिपूर्ण already हो गए, This is just an action that we are going to do now in celebrating that Diwali also.
ऐसे ज्ञान का दिया सबके जीवन में आ जाए, सबके जीवन में वो ज्ञान तो है ही.
Yes.
आत्मा परमात्मा दिया प्रकाश सबके अंदर है. वो अज्ञान थोड़ा सा दूर हो जाए और सबका दिया इससे प्रफुल्लित हो जाए, सबकी कैंडल जल जाए. इसी प्रार्थना के साथ, इसी आशीर्वाद के साथ आज के सत्र को यहाँ पे हम लोग स्वल्प विराम ले लेते हैं. जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव. अज्ञान को नहीं निकालना है, दिया को जलाना है. दिया जब जलेगा तो ऑलरेडी डार्कनेस विल गो अवे. द लाइट, व्हेन द लाइट कम्स, द डार्कनेस perishes. So that's what it is. The light of knowledge comes in and all the darkness is gone of ignorance. Thank you. And have a beautiful, wonderful Diwali, all celebrations.
With you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our sweet word is our sweet dish. Every sweet word.
Perfect. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
रहो इसी कॉन्शियसनेस में रहो, आनंद में रहो. बहुत बढ़िया. जय गुरुदेव.
Jai Gurudev.